Hey, all right. Let's unmute the guys here. Hey, hey.
Ho ho.
What up?
So we're live tonight.
What?
So we got Josh joining us. Me and
What's up?
James is normal, and I
I'm
am.
normal?
I
Wait,
have.
I'm normal?
Yeah. You're normal.
I don't
Me and
think
you are normal.
anybody has ever told me I was normal. That's just
Well, you're
something that
welcome. Welcome to
I don't
2020.
I think I'm offended.
Control Z.
Also, welcome to 2020.
I think I'm offended. I am not sure on that one. Wow, look at that big Bloody Mary.
Hell yeah, man.
Are you welcome in 2020 or kicking it out?
I'm kicking
At
it
that
out.
point,
Right here, Boulevard Wheat for me.
Who the
I'm
fuck is
at-
gonna guess that? Who in chat is gonna guess
It's like
Boulevard
it's
Wheat?
like a Kansas thing. It's a Kansas thing, isn't it? Kansas City?
Yeah.
Hey Raymond, what's up? How are you? Trevor Howard, how are you?
What's going on,
Nice to see
Trevor?
you in the chat.
Thanks to everyone
we
else
have
for
some-
tuning
we
in.
have some- I'm gonna start off with just a picture right here, guys, to kind of set the tone.
Oh,
Because it is 2020, and we know everybody in the world is on mask mandate. You know, it seems like, and and not limited to our subject tonight. Believe it or not, are you ready?
Yeah, what do you got for us? I didn't even know what he's doing.
No nudity, James. No nudity.
Yeah, we have guidelines. Oh God, he has a mask on,
Somebody
Mothman.
Put a mask on Mothman.
You should have sent me that picture. I could have just like switched over to the.
No, I go.
Oh,
I am
Lisa,
old
what's up?
school. I am old school, guys. I go.
No,
paper-
no, don't even try. We all, the rest of us who know you, know this is the first goddamn time he's ever printed anything off.
And in color.
And look at him flaunting it.
What's up?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
playing the
those-
papers
you got
here.
the pages? I got the pages. I'm just kidding.
That's hilarious.
So, hey guys, joining in.
What's going on, Josh?
10 deep. Hey Josh, what's up?
9 Lafayette time. So
Yeah,
8 time.
sorry. It's I should have put East on there. I should
Yes,
do
'cause
that.
we have one guy that does. Actually, you guys are making fun of me. I'm drinking some of the Rural King spring water right now. It is quite
What?
tasty.
The fuck is wrong with you? I thought you had Bud Light Lime as well. Like you were gonna have some mead too.
I'm going to, but I have that too. It's in the fridge. I'm just not. We're gonna get it. We'll feel it out. I'll probably get it out in a minute.
What do you mean feel it out?
You're gonna make us an alcoholic, man. What the heck?
Yeah, I know. Like it's this his podcast idea. Let's drink beer. Let's drink beer on there. All right.
So guys, our subject tonight is a very, very interesting subject, and I love to point out, you can hear me. Yay!
Yes, James has a new microphone. So
This one's borrowed. This one's borrowed and passed out.
yes, that's right. That's right. So well, but today you have a new microphone for
I
us
do.
that you are testing out. So that's nice.
Yeah, hopefully Santa brings me one. So I'm hoping. I've been told on good assumption that I'm
And a,
getting
and a graphics card, right? You asked for a graphics card?
Yes, but that's gonna be different. But
It's a different.
anyway,
It's a different Santa present.
So I showed you guys the picture of the kind of the Mothman statue, Mothman or Birdman or what other folklore names you have heard about my Mothman man. Get it? Mothman man. You don't get it?
I get
I
it.
get it.
Awesome. Dad jokes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't even.
Yeah. I know. I'm an uncle. Weird.
Uncle, dad.
Go get alcohol. You might be normal.
I might need to. I might have to send for help.
What's going on, Mike? Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, hey, Mike. But the sightings for Mothman have dated back for a long time.
Yeah.
Could one of you tell me, do you think you know when the Mothman first came around in popular, we'll say, today time frame?
1700s. 1700s.
I said today time frame, and he shoots out 1700.
Yeah, I know. November 15th,
What do you
1966.
think out there, chat? What do you think?
Oh,
Hey,
were you asking
hey,
me? My bad.
No,
It's not like I don't have the. I have the fucking wiki pulled up.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? November
Yes.
15th, 1966. A town in West Virginia was very, very impacted by the Mothman or Birdman or Crane Man or nothing because we don't know. It could be fake, right? Okay,
True.
true. He just goes true.
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, everything is.
I enjoyed the movie, the Mothman movie that came out. I don't know
Yeah.
about anyone else, but I remember
was
watching that and I thought it was interesting. Richard
Yeah,
Gere.
there was two young couple from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, that said they saw a figure that could stand up to 7 foot tall and a wingspan, looked like a bird or a crane, and the eyes were glowing red.
A bird. Interesting that you say that.
Or somebody, or the large flying man with 10-foot wings, quotations, following their car is what it was doing. But they were leaving an old munitions site for like World War II era kind of thing. So they're trying to see if there was a linkage between where they would store the munitions for World War II and the stuff coming back, and this creature, or whatever it was. But I don't ever think there was something proven like on the grounds of finding something related to the grounds essentially. But he's crazy. So this is the early sketches of my man.
Oh, that's actually that's the exact picture I have.
Oh,
Let me pull it over.
well, why don't you
Boom.
go high tech?
Bam. That's the picture James has. All blown up. That is the official like accepted drawing of Mothman. And there's a comparison to a humanoid average height.
So,
So
listen, I don't know if she's joking or if she's being serious, Jane, but she asked about, is it attracted to the light?
I mean, that could be a serious thing because Mothman, bats in general are attracted to lights. That's why they hover around stadium lights and stuff like that. So it could be something along the lines of that. And it was following that car when it was first spotted. So it could have been chasing the taillights. So absolutely. Light could be a major factor in anything. I mean, this is one of the earliest cases, too, I would say, in folklore, cryptozoology, really, that got a backing because another report was made by an actual sheriff. So it was kind of, you're starting to get the public figures involved and stuff like that. So, and that was the Mason County Sheriff, which was close to Point West, West Virginia. So that
Point Pleasant.
Cool. Yeah, Point West. Ha ha ha.
I gotcha. Don't worry about it.
James incidents.
Except for using a real word. Yeah.
I might need the wine. But my favorite instance is the more popular instance that happened on December 15th, 1967. What was that, Kevin? Do you know?
Oh, I don't have. What's the hang?
Santa.
Santa. The collapse of the Silver Bridge, death of 46 people.
Which was a big one because that was the
Jesus,
largest
Kevin.
one.
Yeah, would you? I know where his research comes from. It's wiki.
Well,
it's that easy.
It's not just that. It's not just that, guys. I'm just getting a little backstory on the Mothman.
Oh, I'm just teasing. I am adding fun to the whole learning aspect.
It's called being drunk.
I'm going to shit on your porch.
This get me drunk? No, you're fine. I mean, eventually it will. Don't get me wrong. Not definitely will. Last night it was.
Kind of the first instance of mass casualties with Mothman, really.
Yeah.
In that instance, like the sightings before is actually just seeing it chasing a car or just seeing it with glowing eyes. But this is one of the first documented cases with it being related to a mass casualty event or I guess you wouldn't say that one was an act of nature because it really wasn't a tsunami or a tornado or anything like that. But that one was literally mass casualty event kind of ordeal.
So the bridge collapsed. The Silver Bridge collapsed in that was in Point Pleasant, right?
Mm-hmm. It was close.
The
Excuse
Mothman.
me.
It's like, is it like big events where a lot of people see this Mothman,
So,
or
so what I've been looking at is, so I have a kind of a working theory on this whole topic,
Yeah.
because Josh's topic is the bird of Chernobyl. So
Yeah.
let me just show a picture of the bird of Chernobyl, just so everyone understands the two here. Give me just a sec. I have it here. So this is a drawing of the bird of Chernobyl, and it's eerily similar to the Mothman. Like I
yeah,
personally, I don't see a difference. I think it's identical. Um,
I'm just now seeing it because mine's behind. I
no, you're
think it's the
fine.
same thing.
Yeah,
You said a different perspective.
yeah. I mean,
And
you're talking about Russia, you know.
yes, well, there's another instance in Russia too.
Yes, there
The
is.
apartment bomb.
Yes,
So there was
I didn't
another
know if you knew that.
1999, and I believe it was 1999. It was the well, yeah, it's in the town of blah, 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 Russia.
Yeah, yeah,
They can't
nailed it.
Yeah,
But
but they
so
said it was foregoing the bombings of that, and then here again you can see this picture we have up right here, or did
I did,
that
yeah.
just disappeared. Okay,
Sorry, you were
um,
started talking again, so I just wanted to get back to
no, you're
us. I
good.
saw the picture.
You're good.
Uh,
So at that picture, it's kind of the same aspect as that's for for
yeah.
yeah.
shadow
It looks
or
exactly the same.
Yeah, and
it's
so
not
my
triangle.
my my theory on this is once Josh will tell a little bit of the bird of Chernobyl here in a minute, but my working theory is um, that this is like either an essence of a Grim Reaper incense, or a very nasty demonic entity, which is not as likely. Um, but because it shows up when massive death
Things
happens.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah, massive
And there's
there and
also supposed sightings, and I couldn't find really good picture because this is more modern, of 9/11. People said that they
yeah,
saw
they're sitting there in the
the
shadows
Mothman.
of
Uh,
the rubble and of the steam and of the
yeah, I could
clouds.
find one, but
Yeah,
when I saw it, it was like I don't know how much weight I hold to it. But then there's been sightings in Chicago, and there was something bad that happened in Chicago. I don't remember, but
I
yeah,
think that was. I don't actually. I don't know. Let me look
yes, there
here.
is a Mothman museum and a
where's it at?
statue.
Yeah,
I would say it's probably in Point Pleasant.
yeah.
Oh,
There's one. That's the statue I showed you with the mask on.
okay,
That
that's
was
the
the statue.
museum.
Yeah, it has a statue
Yeah,
in
the
front of it.
Mothman statue, Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
O'Hare Airport. That's where
Right,
they
right
saw
there.
it, Mike. Was that at O'Hare?
Was
There was
that?
one at O'Hare. That was recently too, wasn't it? I want to say that one was recently.
I'm gonna dip into one of my pickles here.
Yeah, it is. The guy. Yeah.
You said
There
pickles?
was one in
Mm-hmm.
2017.
Yep.
Was a sighting in Chicago. Was one of the ones in the Chicago area. It was in 2017, and they were just talking about the Silver Bridge there. But for me, Mothman or Birdman, I don't know what you want to call him because
Birdman.
Birdman, yeah, it sounds like the rapper. What's cool is this Mothman has affected Point Pleasant so much that in 2002 they started a festival every year about him.
Yeah.
And I personally would love to go there just for the cryptozoology aspect of things.
It would be a cool
And
place
stuff
just to
like
go. I mean, everyone goes there. Is in the
yeah.
paranormal that takes it serious. If they're ever in the area, they stop by there, as well as they should. That's a fun. I mean, it's a horrible story that followed it, but it is a interesting story and a fun topic.
It brings a lot of different topics to mind too, because now Mothman, people think it's more of a pseudoscience, and is this creature traveling between dimensions?
Yeah.
Now, and this creature is it popping in and out of our dimension, or is it just for kind of peeking into our dimension, watching bad things happen, and then he's gone,
Or
and
causing
kind of
bad
reporting
things.
or causing bad things and popping
Causing,
back to his other dimension.
or like
So
I
you
said,
get into the pseudoscience of it. It's like you never know because people say that about Bigfoot too. They would say they see a flash of light before they would see Bigfoot, and that was in coming into this dimension or leaving this dimension.
I mean,
That's another thing.
what if like nearing a mass death, it knows either a mass death is about to happen, so then that's when it shows itself. Um, kind of like
Maybe
being
trying to save people. You
being
think?
well, no, I think it's being summoned, not by someone, but like the death. That's a big toll. A lot of souls leaving the body. If you were a believer in the soul, that stuff has got to trigger
Or it's
something.
reaping the benefits of the mass casualty and sending.
Yes,
You never know.
yes.
Or yes,
I
it's like
think
a
it's
mass
negative. Yeah,
reaping of souls.
I think it could be that is my
Well, I mean, it's never
theory that
showed up
I've
for,
kind of came up with.
it never showed up for something positive
No,
or that we have seen.
and I think
On
a lot
Earth.
of everyone's excitement about it is more curiosity. Everyone knows the bad shit that follows, or is right
Oh
there
God.
when they see it. Um,
I mean, multiple shows. Fear the Mothman and stuff like that. And
yeah, Mike, I'd
it's
love
so
to
many.
go as well to the festival in September.
Yeah, where's that? Is it the same place as this museum?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, it
like
is.
an omen. Yeah, like Ray's saying, it's like an omen kind of thing. You see
Yeah,
this,
and
and
it's weird
bad
because
things
it
happen.
actually happened during like a 30-day period of that year in 1966, and that 30-day period impacted this town so much that they, in turn, host a festival about it. I think that's just crazy.
So this
Mhm.
considered like a legend, folklore? What is this? Is a
I
moth?
would think it's like cryptozoology, a little bit of folklore, because
Okay.
you can kind of tie it to maybe being kind of in the fairy realm and
Okay.
going fae and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, because what if that's perception of a fairy?
Yeah.
You can spin it either way.
Yeah,
If that's what the human mind could perceive as a fairy, maybe, and that was just a doomsday fairy or something. I don't know.
and thanks for liking the stream, man.
Hey, thanks, Ben.
Seen in West Virginia area that housed TNT and contained numerous tunnels.
Yep,
And maybe it's
yep,
tunneling.
yep, yep.
I don't know. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean,
and
it
that's
could
what gets
be.
me too. Now that these creatures come just from deep down the earth,
Yeah,
and it is a new species of bat. That was another thing that people said about it. Is that on the scientific end, is that
yeah.
it could be just a huge mutant bat, and that it was just around in certain areas, being one with caves or one with big tunnels.
Hmm.
So I mean, it could be that too. That's what you got to think. There's not like we always say about the paranormal. There's no guideline to cryptozoology. Where do you draw the lines between it being that or interdimensional travel or related to anything?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
there's already working theories on parallel universes, and now
yeah. I mean, didn't the Pentagon admit something like that recently?
no. The scientific community has speculated about it, and there's no. So there's a. I watched a thing about Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it recently, and he basically said it's the parallel universes, the nine or the five or however you want to say there are. Um, that there's no easy way to prove it, if there is even a way to prove it.
Yeah.
So a lot of scientists don't accept it because the theory should be able to be put to the test. You should be
Yeah,
able to take mathematics to apply to the theory and solve it. But since
yeah.
it's dealing with quantum mechanics to our understanding at this time is there's
My
no way to
understanding
calculate
is
it.
that right there, Josh blowing smoke out his mouth.
Yeah, and that's as much as I can
Like
go
you
on it.
said, Kevin.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to like,
quantum mechanics,
blah,
that's smart.
blah, blah, but I just that's kind of like that's what I've been doing a little bit of research. I went down that rabbit hole to see what that was all about, and
And that's a rabbit hole you can fall down into, though.
oh, holy shit, yeah,
It really is. I mean, it's a crazy rabbit hole once you get into the pseudoscience because you read about something, then it opens up your door, and you're thinking about one thing, and then you find out information about another thing, and then you're off, three turns to the right, and you're lost
yeah,
in pseudoscience. But I do think it has to be something related to something negative, though. So maybe something deep down in the bells of hell, or one of the demons. Maybe it's like an archangel, or something like that. Who
or
knows?
Reaper,
You don't know. A
Mass Death
reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah, you
I mean,
really don't know.
to take all those souls in a tragic accident, you know what? Who knows? Maybe that's a thing. I mean, one person
Yeah,
dying is easy. For if there is a being that comes and gets you, one is easy. Two,
yeah,
easy. You get into the 50s, the 60s, maybe that creates a whole different opening to have these souls travel to the afterlife, and you have to do a completely different thing. You know, just like how we do with massive transit. You know, we
Yeah, that's true.
you have a single lane road for small travel, which is manageable, but once you get
You have
massive amount of things going, you got to change the way you do it.
Yep,
Hmm.
that's true.
So, Josh, what do you
What
have?
So I got the
Uh,
blackbird of Chernobyl, um, which is the
it's
picture looks
obviously
exactly like freaking the Mothman, but I have about or six different theories of what people think it is. So it's a human creature with wings and piercing red eyes.
Yeah.
So just like the Mothman, the picture you showed. But in April 26, 1986, in the days leading up to Chernobyl accident, there was a supernatural creature spotted in the sky before Chernobyl happened, and many of the men in the control room all saw it. Now, a lot of those men now are dead, but they were recorded
Wow.
talking about this creature flying above them, a few days before the actual accident, and
nice.
they called it the Blackbird of Chernobyl. Um, some people say it's a headless person. Some people said there's a head on it, large winged black creature with no head, but fire red eyes. Like so, there's no head, but there's fire eyes. I don't understand that one. Um, a lot of people believe too the Mothman and the Blackbird of Chernobyl are the same thing. It's just somebody named it differently in Russia. What is
And
that?
Russia.
But it's like a banshee. So basically, the herald of doom and death to many Celtic societies, the way they believed, is the same way that the blackbird is believed in Russia. Um, it says
So it's
about 20
perceived
feet.
the same right there.
What's that?
And those two society, it's perceived the same.
Yeah.
Is what you're kind of saying? Okay.
And then it's about 20 feet long, and it sounds again just like the Mothman, how big it was. And the biggest thing I saw too is after the event, it was reported that anyone who saw this creature suffered from nightmares, threatening phone calls, and some other things would happen to them after they saw it. So that was kind of different than the Mothman sightings, I think.
Well, it is a little bit different because the attacks or alleged sightings. I would more call them sightings because the attacks they really weren't attacks. They were just chased really, and they
Yeah.
saw this figure there. But now you're having reports over there in Chernobyl and stuff like that where people were actually getting attacked or having after effects after seeing this bird or said figure.
Yeah. One
Which
one
is
person one there was an archaeologist that worked at Chernobyl. His name was Robert Maxwell. I want to look more into him. I didn't get the time, but he knows a lot about what happened at Chernobyl and about
okay.
this creature. Um, they said they saw it before, a couple days before. They saw it before the explosion happened, and they saw it afterwards.
Yeah.
So
So
it was
so
not just one person though; it was a lot.
one yeah no the one thing I was watching a few videos on, and one thing that stuck out with me that I remember um was that a lot of people saw a large bird flying around or hiding outside their gates, and then as the day got closer, like the days got closer to the actual incident, it was getting
Mm-hmm.
closer and closer to them,
Like
and
the sighting was getting closer.
yeah, it was stalking the area, not necessarily people, but the area. And one woman came in terrified and told security about it. And I mean, they went out and they didn't see anything, but she described it. I mean, just like you would describe the Mothman. I mean, big
Mhm.
wingspan, red
When
eyes.
yep,
A
totally similar
humanoidish
story.
figure. And yeah, it was like in the parking lot around the cars, and so I mean, she just took off running. That was one story.
There is a. It seems like there's a side effect from seeing this creature. Is a Mothman? Is there any Mothman things where there's side effects from it?
There really has. I mean, the side effect is mass casualties.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I
So
mean, like after
I
they
would say
saw it.
that's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
But
Is
it's
there?
not like they're not. They're. I mean, personal side effects, no, because people that could have saw him were just alleged witnesses that then this disaster happened. So it could have been complete coincidence of the sighting of Mothman and then the disaster happening. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
it could be completely related. So you never know. But most people that talk about Mothman didn't really stick around because they were involved in the national disaster.
yeah, and the same thing with Chernobyl. So the people perished. that were
Yeah.
at the chemical plant.
And I have researched Chernobyl a lot. A lot.
I mean, think about it. Like, say there's a mass casualty. Who's gonna believe they saw this bird right in front of their face? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's easy to get overlooked once it all
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
You have this horrible thing happen, and no one tends to look back at the days before.
No.
I mean, other than looking at the mechanical side of the thing,
I mean,
like with Chernobyl,
people
was there
would
any
think,
like signs that something was gonna, malfunction the way it did? And sure, there was probably some things pointing to it, and so that's the route they go down.
It happened very, very rapidly. They had little to no warning of the mass meltdown because of the pipe bursting in the cooling tank.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the water essentially evaporating out of there and superheating the cores,
Yeah.
and that's what took it. But there are interviews in the Chernobyl documentary on Netflix too. Especially was the guy that was in the control room, and the two buddies that were in there with him did not make it because.
Oh no,
dude, there's a
we just lost James. Bye, James.
every time, man.
Every time.
Oh, I heard him ping in.
Hopefully, yeah, he's turning on his webcam.
Yep, I'm getting there.
Hey, we hear you.
The
Can't even
Discord-
see you.
The computer just likes to restart Discord.
Well, maybe when you get your new computer for Christmas.
Yeah, I wish. I just need that graphics card. Put it on Santa's list.
Yeah.
But I lost all train of thought because I was reeling deep with it. I was solid going.
The guy, one guy survived that was in the chamber, and his other two buddies died.
Yes. So, and it was essentially that when they opened the door, he didn't peek in. He put himself, not by mistake, he said, but he was just right behind the door. So when it opened, then they saw the meltdown and stuff happen, the radioactive activity. They were poisoned. They shut the door. He survived. Isn't that crazy? That just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's a horrible incident that happened there, and
No.
they were. So another story I heard. This is all stories, so I don't have any paper. There's no like documenting. So this. Oh
How's
god.
this look?
Yeah, sure. No. There's one of the stories is there was people. There was a rescue effort happening, and they were trying to dump. I forget the chemical that they were dumping, but they were pouring sand and a chemical and something else on the reactor itself, and they knew the risks of going over the reactor. They would get exposed to high levels of radiation and everything. So on their like final trip that they were going on, they would make like dive bomb passes and hit it real as quick as they could, and on their one of their final ones, the guy was not feeling the best. He's ready to hit the chute to, drop it, and all of a sudden they like banked hard, and he got jostled around, and he went to go, he was pissed. This Russian dude's pissed because he just hit his head against the cabin. So he's going up to the cockpit, open it up, and they're like yelling and pointing, and they were pointing at something that they saw almost hit them. And
it was probably Mothman.
And it was like it was supposed blackbird of Chernobyl that they saw during this all happening, and then that was the story. They dropped their dump and then went back. That was a quick story that they had about it.
Yeah. No, and it's very interesting. That's one of them, especially just. It was related to. That's a mass casualty event, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many people perished in the Chernobyl incidents. I do not know that.
I don't know if there's like a real solid number with how closed off Russia was at the time to us, because the Cold War and everything was going on.
There was that,
Yeah.
There was that.
And they really didn't want to expose how many people died trying to fix the problem. So got a message.
That's
sorry.
true. I was looking at the chat. Sorry, I was trying to
you're fine.
chat a little bit. I I've heard stories they were looking in the eyes and couldn't mess with the human mind, and that could be true. Them seeing what they're seeing is because maybe they did see these creatures' eyes, and that's how it manifests as something. And then it could be just manifesting as this creature, and that's how it wants to be perceived or seen. You never know.
I'm starting to think that the blackbird and the Mothman are the same thing.
Well,
There's so
I 100% do.
I would
so
say
many-
they're the same thing, just because of the mass casualty events, of the mass disaster events.
Well,
And
just
also,
the side, like what they look like, is almost exactly identical.
and for those that are tuning in, let me go back to the evidence. So this is the blackbird, and this here is the Mothman. And again, let me just switch back.
I'm looking at the screen, so
No, you're fine. Oh, I get you guys
There
are
we go.
behind.
Yeah. that's the bird man,
Yeah, I mean,
the blackbird.
they're identical.
I think it's just different perception and different views, and they're identical.
And then you also have a traumatic event happening in Chernobyl. So people are hard to describe what they're seeing, and it's almost an afterthought.
It's crazy. I think it's crazy. That's just my opinion, though. So I think it's the same. I completely agree there.
No, there wasn't a leak there. Supposedly there was a
I thought it was a leak.
No, so no. We had a question in chat. They were saying maybe the days before there was a leak happening, and the leak caused hallucinations. No, there was a massive catastrophe. There was a malfunction that caused it to go super critical, and it didn't happen over days. It happened on a day, and they had to rush evac. At
It
least
was a matter of hours.
yeah, and it was and it burnt for days after, and they were
when it went, people were vaporized, and their shadows were on buildings.
or their skin was
If
bubbling.
If you hallucinate, though, think about this. If you hallucinate, what's this entertainer theory? Like, let's say there was a slow leak.
Well,
everybody would not see the exact same thing.
Yeah, and also
because everybody would perceive something differently. You would say because everybody because so many things have to line up for everybody to perceive the same thing in their head.
And for radiation poisoning, which is what's leaking, it's radiation. There are so many other factors that happen. You get the flu, you dizzy, and they would have known that they were having radiation leaks. And maybe they did. Maybe this is part of the whole cover up. You know,
It could be.
They knew something. If I remember from the movie, Kevin, they knew something.
You mean the HBO series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I only watched 2 episodes of it, so I will be honest. I don't know. My wife couldn't watch any more of it. I want to go back and watch it.
Somebody knew something. They knew it happened. That's the thing. It's not that it was good.
They yeah. There was poor design. There was a design issue, but they pushed it too far, and that's what happened.
Yes.
But to go ahead.
Some people are also relating to this to, it always comes back to when you got creatures that fly and creatures that have, mythical powers and stuff like that, that it's related to aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So some that's another theory that it's related to aliens. And then you got that top Israeli official admitting, and this was in recent, that was in
the scientist that died?
Yes,
the Iraqi scientist that died?
Iraqi, that's what it was.
No, he was killed. He announced that, and then he was killed.
Yes. So he announced that the aliens are already here, and then they're waiting for us to be able to perceive them or be able to fathom them being on our planet.
Yeah, and not having a huge breakdown and apocalyptic.
We've already determined this country and this world
can't handle
anything else.
No, fuck no.
Let's wait. If you're gonna come out, aliens, wait till January, please. Like January 2nd, so we can get over our hangover of 2020.
Thank you. I do like a good. It's a spicy pickle in my Bloody Mary as well. So appreciate that.
We're having Bloody Marys tomorrow. This is awesome. There you go. I busted out, guys.
St. James Blackberry. You bought it for St.
Yep.
James.
You know exactly why I bought
You
it.
bought it for
It's
St.
very good.
James.
But apparently,
You are
you're
no
not supposed
saint.
to- you are not supposed to drink it the way I'm drinking it, but I'm drinking it anyway.
My bottle opener, I love it. So cool.
That one is a sweet bottle opener.
That is good.
Gift in the world.
Mm.
That was pretty sweet.
Tomorrow we are rooting on my Indianapolis Colts
Nice.
for a win against the Texans, and we're making Scotch eggs.
Cameron, so we are talking about the Mothman and Bird of Chernobyl.
Mothman. Yes, that's what we've
and-
been covering.
And how they're eerily similar. I actually still have pictures up, so hang on here. Let me switch over.
Show him the pictures, bring them in up to speed.
So this is the Mothman, Cameron, and here is a supposed image of the Blackbird of Chernobyl.
I think they are the same.
All folklore, Cameron. Or what do you call it? James?
Cryptic.
Yep.
Cryptozoology. So we were discussing two events that took place that these things are kind of both related to mass casualty, disaster, and stuff like that.
And
And
what
I am not
might
sure,
be the
Kevin,
reason? Yeah.
Do we have a video?
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
We do have a video.
Actually,
Well,
on camera.
Not. I'm sorry. I don't have a video about Mothman.
Oh, I was like,
Unfortunately,
Dang.
sorry.
Dang.
That's my fault. But I couldn't find anything. At least not like a top 5 that we normally do or anything.
Guys,
I-
usually with like anything else that we're doing with the
Yeah, I
show,
agree, Cameron. Same thing. Different names.
the first part of the show we cover a topic. So the first 45 minutes here we've been talking about Mothman and everything. So if you're joining us, we do like to just take scariest videos out there and give us our opinion as investigators about it, whether they're fake, not fake, or anything like that, and just give our opinion. So first half of the show we usually cover a topic. Now you are to the fun part, to where we get to see the scary videos.
So this was sent to me.
This was sent to you.
This was sent to me.
That's watched the show.
Yes.
Oh.
So this was a viewer.
Exciting.
It's actually my uncle. He was like, "Oh, this is interesting," but he watches the show. So I mean,
He
it's
claims
everything's.
you?
Yes. I. Sorry if my brother's listening in, but I think he's I'm his favorite.
Kyle's his favorite. All right, so this is the part of the show where we go to review, and we usually do Nuke's top 5.
This
Nuke
is not
awesome. This is not it. We're not doing a Nukes. So rewind, but go subscribe. He has supported us with this video.
Yes, he's
And
done a
everything
lot of
like
our
that.
stuff. Hey, Danny.
I'll
Danny,
let Kevin-
my uncle
I'll let
there.
Kevin talk now.
Thank you for liking the stream. So let's see here. Let me pull this up. So I think this is I'll have to look. The chef. No, I'm sorry.
Can
The
you
chief.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Found a video of Mothman.
Well, this is the chief and the Sean show on Facebook.
The chief, okay, the
So-
chief and Sean show, like Sean, like
Sean
S-H-A-W-N.
SHAWN. Yes.
oh, like Sean.
So they posted this, and it. Oh wow, they're actually in the Midwest.
Very cool.
And Josh, I will play yours after this.
Okay.
So let me do all this like we normally do, and then we'll do a bonus video of the Mothman at the end.
Ooh.
So let me
Ooh.
get this going here. Switch over. And go ahead and mute, guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute.
Hang on. I think since I muted Facebook here. Yeah, it's muted on this end. Hang on here. Okay. Hang on. I think. There we go. I have to do manual mutes.
It's Kevin's fault. We'll have to fix it.
Got it. So that one's kind of quick. Did you see it?
I'm still watching.
Shouldn't
Damn it.
be.
I missed.
No. It was. I
I saw
only
it.
started.
saw it.
I only started talking when after it was done.
The freaking hair lifted up.
Yeah, the ponytail. I can go back,
Yeah.
James, if you didn't see it.
Yeah, go back.
Let me go back. Let me.
Yeah, same here, Mike. I hate glass dolls or any type of doll in my room, ever.
Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me switch over. You guys can, you can stay unmuted or not. This will be quick.
Yeah, I don't need to hear it. I need to see it. I'm just delayed. Remember, I'm real delayed. So I apologize, everybody. It's my fault. Okay. Okay.
Now,
All right.
do you see the head goes
I
down?
see it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I see
Like a
that's
tail
my
goes
fault. I was focused on the girl.
Yeah.
Even though they had the circle around the doll, I looked over and go, "Oh, cool, creepy doll." Everybody, it's creepy doll. Annabelle, sit down.
Yeah, and it just went like
Then
this
it made sense. Then it made sense.
with
Then
its
it made
ponytail
sense
going up.
it looked like something grabbed the ponytail. I mean, it could be paranormal.
It's recent. If you see the book
Very
bag,
recent.
that is a frozen book bag, so it is recent.
Well,
That
why-
isn't.
My question would be: is why they recording a girl playing with a doll?
That I mean, it could be
Was it the
security cam.
parent just like security camera or a parent just
security
filming their kid for memories? You know,
Okay, I
stuff
mean,
like that.
I have a camera in Zane's room, but I don't sit and watch.
Yeah. Well, no, but you have it there for safety.
I
That's what it
doubt
could be.
they're sitting there and watching them.
Yeah,
they're
they
probably
just
going-
noticed the movement.
They probably had someone review it and they saw this. I don't know. I have no idea. Man.
I don't have a thing.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like this all
No,
could be. I don't know how much I believe it, but you know,
Ooh, 200 porcelain dolls,
mean,
Mike.
I mean, we had some movie
Oof.
cameras. So, I mean, I got it. It just
and I honestly don't know if this whole that was 49 seconds long. I don't know if
Yeah.
this next one is tied to it. If this is all like one long thing, or if this is
it could be
this could be ongoing in the rest of the house. I don't know, and I should go until I see number 4 maybe, but I don't know their style of video. With their style of video, we've never watched it, so let me switch back,
So go.
and we'll keep going here.
Switch back and let's roll. I think they're all related.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah.
Okay. So that one right there, I mean, for me, that could have some credentials because that does look like it could be poltergeist activity.
Yes.
That's you knew what I was gonna say, didn't you?
Yeah. Because Ed and Lorraine Warren, they have this stuff like that on
Yes,
camera.
exactly.
I
And it
believe it
sucks
100%.
that it's usually related to a doll, hence Annabelle's kind of main story and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it sucks that it's always related to a doll or an object like that, but usually a poltergeist is attached to something
Right,
like
yeah,
that, or
totally.
it's a very angry spirit, so it attaches to something that happened around it, and mainly and usually tragedy usually has happened, I guess, with dolls. I don't know. I'm not an expert in poltergeist.
So the one thing I hated is that they enhanced the audio really high. Like it was
They said,
really enhanced to me.
What's up? It
I
was
didn't
very,
like
very
that.
enhanced.
Like,
But and the paper
why?
did feel like they had some like wind stuff to it.
Yeah, like,
So that's what made
like,
me. But then the harder, like heavier objects started falling. So I was like, well, it's not a fan.
yeah. Thanks for liking the stream, Jason.
She said you can see the distortion of the film. What do you
So-
mean
Yeah,
by
and
that?
that's some of the things too. But I mean, it is related to something that could be poltergeist activity.
Let
so
me
That's what kind of gives it a little bit of credibility.
let me
but-
go back to it, see if we can see it. Now that we'll look for the distortion. So let
Okay.
me go back real quick. No need to mute or anything.
The chair too is jumpy.
100%. She is right.
I'm
Yeah.
watching.
Yep. 100%. That's fake.
Oh, I saw, oh,
Good call on that. This is why we do these.
Yeah.
I see what you're
But
talking about.
they did a good job though because they did have similar
Mhm.
things like that as happened in poltergeist activity too. So they related it to something that could have been actually real. Until
Good
that
catch.
Oh, good
yeah,
call.
good catch. Hand clap. Brava, brava.
and that is why you have multiple people looking at things.
And that's why I like doing these videos because it's cool to talk
Mhm.
about and it's
If
cool to
you-
debunk.
Just do not in this series, but just go Google Ed and Lorraine Warren when the poltergeist they have with the chair moving and the table moving with him there. Like,
Yeah.
there's no distortion, but I see her. What her
No, yeah. I see what she's talking about for
Where
sure.
There's distortion and everything. All right, let's roll number 4.
So basically, with that being said, the whole thing's fake. If you fake one thing,
Yep.
it's all fake.
done.
Fake. It's fake.
Oh.
No.
He's gonna die. So damn.
Huh. See, that one is still, again, it's kind of related to poltergeist activity, absolutely.
The-
But then again,
James, then Josh. James, then
ahead.
Josh.
Go Josh. You go Josh. I need to collect my thoughts.
No, there's no fucking way, man. Pardon my language. There's no way.
Oh,
He's not
we're
pardon my
drinking on
language.
stream. Pardon my language.
Captain America over here. We've been ghost hunting for a very long time, and
There's
never have I. We've seen demonic. We've seen poltergeist.
Possibly seen demonic. It was
I'm
either
just
demonic or poltergeist.
Yeah, but still, we've never seen them stack chairs like you do in a damn movie.
You know how long it takes to stack chairs leg to leg? I mean, come on.
Okay, but listen, you could totally do it. You could stack chairs, like, upstairs, cough, and have somebody upstairs moving them into place.
True.
Is there other
No,
things?
absolutely.
It's just
And they
I've
can be
never
pre-staged.
seen. I've seen shit thrown at me. I've seen stuff like that. I've never seen shit stacked. Why would a ghost stack?
It's poltergeist.
So, that's
I know.
poltergeist.
But
Yeah,
it's
that-
a movie. I would say, look, it's stacked like the movie Poltergeist. Come on.
I mean, it's too true to be real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're meaning. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
so
agree.
I remember watching Paranormal State about a poltergeist case that they had, and it was about a army vet or navy vet or some vet. I don't quite remember the details, and he had a ton of PTSD. PTSD. Yes, thank you. Sorry. Bloody Mary obviously is impairing my judgment. But
No, you're
so
so ugly. Don't worry.
you need to drink more. That's what that is. No, so one of the things that things were getting stacked in the whole episode. Things were getting stacked. Chairs were getting stacked. That's just the whole thing. Hey, what's going on, Lindsay? So
What's up, Lindsay?
it was due to stress and what he had been through in his life, and it was once he was able to seek some help, what happened in his house stopped. So it was like his mental stress was attracting this to happen. So
I can see that.
do with that what you will. I'm not saying that applies here on my video. Sorry, my screen where this video plays is directly that way. But I'm not saying it applies to this direct thing. But that is kind of along the same lines.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with
absolutely agree there.
Cameron. Like his reaction. James, if you saw that in your house, how would you react?
Aaron, thanks for liking the stream.
You're a good camera, EMF detector, and you'd be like,
No. We are wrong people to ask that question to. Because I would see that right there. I would stay. I'd fucking grab a chair, sit it down, and go, "You can do better, pussy."
Like, oh, that kind of ghost again. Do it behind my back.
I'll in my own house. I would not. I would handle things very differently. I would be very aggressive.
But that's for protection for your family.
Yes, Raymond, that is true. But it's protection for my family, and I do tend to take it very personal. I'd burn it down. Yeah, we are laughing at that. That's hilarious.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So
Let's hilarious.
see this number 3 now.
But I think the jury's out. We're split on that one.
That one I'm split on because it's too perfect. Too perfect.
It's really good, and is it too good?
It's too perfect, like this hair.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're switching away.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Get over it. Love me for who I am.
I love you, James.
"17 Deep, welcome. If you have any questions, Paranormal, put it in here. We're watching some cool videos.
I don't know. This must be a poltergeist episode.
It must be something related to Poltergeist episode. It's for me that video there. There's too much off screen. Why didn't that happen at a table 3 tables over? That happened at the table that's barely on the screen, and every movement that comes off that table looks like a jerking motion. So
Yeah.
it's really jerky, and it's directional. So it seems just somebody's pulling strings there. That's my opinion. But
You know, I don't know. I personally, you know,
I don't know. I
you
wanna
know,
believe it. I really
I've been
do.
spoiled on Nuke. This just isn't living up to Nuke's stuff.
No, this one's not.
But you know that's what happens. I mean, they can't all be fucking amazing. You know.
No. I'm glad we're doing something like this, but this is very herky jerky to me. That's
Yes.
what I'm gonna call that one. That one's very. That's not real. That's herky jerky.
Yeah, and it could be a restaurant that is struggling and finding a niche, and
Yeah.
hosting something haunted makes it maybe attracts a certain group of people in or
People there.
something.
But that's just. It was too close to being off screen and too herky jerky. And that
My-
is.
Charge
ADD
complete.
Was going crazy, man, because I was trying. There was too many people walking, shit.
I was trying to watch
I was
people.
looking at distortion because Elisa, I was looking at the clock while stuff was moving. I couldn't see if it was distorted or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I agree with James. Too herky jerky.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. That's a quick
Number
one.
2 gets better.
Yeah, I believe so too, Elisa. Yeah.
Uh, it's done after this. It's just weird. That all happened within like you're muted. That all happened with like
What is
2 or 3 minutes.
happening?
Yeah, it was so fast.
What just happened?
Yeah.
So I mean I saw a little bit of something, maybe a shadow figure, maybe
The
a
very
insect
the very
flying
first part
around.
was a shadow figure ran across outside the
And
gate,
the door was vibrating or pushing in and out.
but it also could be distorted. You know, that could be
Yeah.
that distortion that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I'm
There was
gonna
just
go-
yeah, that there was just so much shit. And it looked like at one point there was a snake slithering on the ground. You know,
mice.
or
They're like mice.
I don't know. Stuff was getting knocked off a shelf a little bit.
I think
I don't
they're
know.
gonna break
Um,
it or-
You know, it is what it is. But let's.
I got nothing.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just gonna let that one be.
Yeah.
Don't touch the butt.
Pop Smoke.
Me and my sweet hairstyle. So let's try to kick this number 1 here, and then let's see what you got for Josh after we see this number 1. It should blow us out of the water though.
session of that performance of the Corngold Concerto.
Just imagine the foot stomping from the members of the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra responding to that performance by James Ennis. Wow. That's from the CBC Records CD, which brought home a Grammy earlier this year.
I've had this happen to me.
Interesting.
I'll let you guys go first.
Well, I obviously think Josh is the first person that should go since he had this happen to him.
Okay. Do you remember my story about I'm not gonna go into the Ouija board.
Okay,
Okay.
which
So
we'll cover a different time.
this was the beginning of what happened with the when we before we started Ouija board. Is those dogs? I don't think anybody was there, but the dogs were following him. But we had a door open like that on camera. My dog's going crazy like that, noises like that. I I believe it because I've seen it happen.
So that
And we get on camera. Yeah,
that forcefully, you've had a door.
I swear to God, it like kicked it shut. You could hear. So
There's a lot.
Me and my little brother were downstairs. Let me mute this. I can't. So me and my little brother Corey, we were downstairs cleaning up shaving cream. This is when it first started. Before got to the Ouija board story.
Mhm.
When it first started, we were cleaning. I sprayed shaving cream over Corey's face and all over the wall. We were cleaning it up, and me and Corey both heard something like real weird. Looked up, and somebody kicked Zane's door closed, like kicked it shut, and we ran out of the house.
Was this the house in Valpo?
In Lafayette, the same
Okay.
house as the Ouija board we had the
Okay.
Ouija board at.
Good.
So eventually, this is before I became a ghost hunter. We were upstairs. We put a camera in there, and I put my dog in there. And for 3 hours, this stuff happened. Door was shut like that, kick shut, open up a little bit, like it was trying to open the door. You could see the knob shaking.
So
Yeah.
Cameron asked a question here.
Yeah.
Did you hear someone kick it, or did you hear the door shut?
It sounded like so.
Like
When we looked up, it sounded like somebody fucking boot kicked our door shut that hard.
You
it
heard
hit the
that.
door.
You
I heard
heard
it
two
hit the
bangs.
door.
A boot and then
Boot
a
and
bang
then
in the door.
Like somebody.
Because that's
pulled
what we
that-
heard on the video, and you're
Yeah.
saying that's exactly what happened to you too.
Yes. And the sound, everything, the way the door opened, exactly the same in Lafayette.
Raymond, thank you.
Yay.
You see my Vasta Lorde helmet from Bleach. I have another. I have some Bleach swords, but up there
I have
is
some bleach.
up there is my Star Lord helmet that I used to cosplay.
No, I see what Cameron's saying, but it's like somebody forcefully kicked it open and finally like he was trying.
Yeah,
He was
and-
trying to open it and he finally kicked it.
I will say, typically, what Cameron's describing is typically what happens. James, when we were talking about Post Town not too long ago on the last stream.
Yes.
We talked about Post Town.
Yes.
You didn't hear anything hit the door and then it shut.
No.
You just saw it slowly shut and close.
Yep.
So,
No,
the, I can't say that it only happens one certain way. I will say probably the majority of things that we see when it comes to doors moving and those things are the slow shuts and the slow opens. When I saw it when we were at the case in Indy, Josh, when we saw the door open and shut.
Yep.
That was I mean, it was definitive. Like, it was definitely a tough shut, but it wasn't being kicked. It wasn't being forcefully done. I would say that was like a assertive, you know.
That was your bunk guy.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I don't
Grab-
even know what that is.
Anime talk, man. Anime talk. Don't worry about
Ah! Ah! My nephews watch anime.
it. Hey, you have cool nephews then. I wish they had a cool uncle.
It's like Cameron, are you saying you had an experience like that where a door opened even when you had it latched?
We can't just sit there and wait for the answer because it's so
Yeah, no, we can't.
Oh, wait. I was gonna let you roll with it for a minute and then didn't break it.
I
to
get
you.
it. Well,
It's
go
fine.
ahead. Go ahead and just talk about it a little bit more while I get Josh's video about the Mothman setup. It won't take me
I
very
am
long.
excited to see it.
Yeah, I believe things that I've
I-
seen myself, and I've seen the door like that open before. I mean, you saw the video too, James, when I get kicked,
Yeah,
and you can hear it kick my foot.
yeah.
Before my foot falls over. That's kind of the same thing.
I'm gonna do an aimless plug for our merch. If you guys go to wprs.live, there's a donate button right now. Our stars are not active.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So you can donate there, help us get
Last stream,
things going. Yeah,
Ben,
help
thank
us-
you. Donated $5. A huge help.
Yeah, Ben,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you. Awesome. So if you guys can go over there, donate, buy some merch, that also helps. And you look like Josh right there and have my face on a sweatshirt, which is freaking cool.
Hey, what's it
Scare-
called? What's that website?
What?
What's that website again?
I can.
WPRS.live.
It is in our description, and I will
In our
post it
description.
in chat there.
So if you guys could do that, that'd be
Appreciate it,
awesome.
everyone.
You know, if we didn't mention it once, I feel bad.
No,
We're
yeah.
trying to save up some cool, really cool cameras for.
Let me show you
a
this thing.
documentary we want to shoot. So
The
look at this! Look at this
the
sweet
balaclava,
mask.
man. Let me show you this. Thing.
Baklava! Come on, look at that baklava.
I call it the balaclava, isn't it? Balaclava. See my
Baklava.
lighter. I forgot my mask.
Baklava. That's what it just sounded like.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Man, you look like you're about to do some Call of Duty right there.
I am.
So, he is all merched out right now. He has the sweatshirt. He has the mask.
Limited edition, but I can't say it on the stream.
Yeah,
Especially for Kara.
yeah. Is Kara gonna come out in her outfit? Yeah, I don't think that's too stream appropriate.
No. It's hilarious though.
You are. So as a joke, we did post this on the page, so we can talk about it. As a joke, you can have dude. That's sick. That is sick. But we did run a bikini, and we as a joke got it. He got it for his wife, and
it was hilarious.
it's hilarious. And I turned it off after that. But yeah, it was hilarious. Have you ever met some cool?
If you need a
you ever
bikini
had?
with my picture on it, you just let me know and we'll reactivate it just for you.
Have you ever met some cool ghosts and had fun?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. One of my coolest stories for that is Octagon Hall. The first time we went, having all the interactions with the thunderstorm, the mannequins that are literally made out of 2x4s moving their arms, coming face to face with the Civil War soldiers on horseback, coming face to face with Civil War soldiers walking out in a lightning flash, turning, aiming their guns, and you can hear them cock it back, and then the next lightning flash, they're gone.
We saw Drummer Boy.
Like, yeah. You hear the
cavalry
drums in the distance. In Octagon Hall, you go over to the fence, and you just see every lightning flash. You saw like groups of people.
That was crazy.
Cannons.
It was downpouring, so we couldn't get any evidence because all our equipment would have been fried. But it was
nuts.
It was crazy. And I think, unfortunately, that put such a high expectation for the next time that we went. I don't think we had anything happen.
We had some stuff, but not like
But
that.
we were with a big group of people. We went for the experience with John Tinney. Yeah, and with Josh and Eileen.
Yep, that was awesome.
Yeah.
The best one, Kevin, is I think, James, you went with Kara. It was Kara and Eileen. They were playing tag down the hallway. You were there, James. Remember, it was the one where it was you, DJ, Trey, Kara, Eileen.
At Waverly Hills.
Yeah, when you guys were playing tag down the hall.
Yep.
You could see the shadow following Eileen.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, he's going Octagon Hall.
Oh yeah.
We happened to get lucky. Well, I don't know, lucky is the right word, but in a paranormal sense, lucky. We had a thunderstorm. I mean, it was intense. It wasn't just like a thunderstorm. We thought tornadoes were gonna hit, and we didn't know what to do.
Bad.
It was really bad.
But the experience was 0 to none.
Yeah, irreplaceable. You'll never have that experience again.
Never again.
So
again.
But I do have that Mothman video up. It's Discover UK is where this YouTube video is coming from. Now that we've plugged baked beans, let me go ahead and just start this.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Right there, Discover UK. Yes. Definitely check that out if you want.
All right, Phil and Jess, the case that we're dealing with today is something that has actually been frightening a lot of people. It's a strange case, and frankly, it's pretty unsettling stuff.
Well, you had me at frightening.
Yeah, what are we dealing with here?
Well, it's not exactly an unidentified flying object. This case involves an unidentified flying creature. Now, before you run out of the room, Phil, I want to show you a video. Check this out.
Whoa!
Oh.
Maybe a bird?
Almost like a bat?
What is that?
Looks like a dragon.
Right?
I mean, those wings are huge.
Wow.
It's a dragon.
So whatever this is has not been identified, but it's one of a number of reports that people have come forward with seeing flying,
friggin'
often
Mothman.
humanoid-looking creatures. And most of the people who see this stuff are terrified by it.
Well, that makes sense. I think there's something very primal in us about being afraid of giant predators in the sky.
And there's also something just naturally menacing about a dark, webbed-winged humanoid object flying through the sky. It's scary.
Well, that brings us to the case in question. People in 2 different parts of the country are recently reporting encounters with not just a flying creature, but the most famous flying cryptid of all time, Mothman.
Yes! I was hoping you were gonna say that.
You love Mothman.
I love Mothman.
Phil,
I don't know about this one.
this is next level, Phil. Let's bring you up to speed. It's a story that begins in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, November 1966. That's when 2 young couples driving home after a double date reported seeing a menacing winged humanoid creature on the edge of town. They said it had glowing red eyes and it attacked them from the air, scratching the roof of their car as they tried to escape. Mothman sightings around Point Pleasant continued for the next year, culminating with the creature being reported on Point Pleasant's Silver Bridge shortly before it collapsed on December 15, 1967. 46 people died, and many blamed Mothman. According to reports, he was spotted in Ohio in 1975, twice in 1981 in Pennsylvania. He was reportedly seen in Kentucky in 1986, then 3 more times in 1994 back in West Virginia. After that, things were relatively quiet, until now. Over the last 2 years, there have been 87 sightings of Mothman in and around Chicago. And in the Point Pleasant area, in the last 3 months alone, there have been nearly a dozen sightings. So Jess, what do you make of this?
He's back, baby!
Point Pleasant is the epicenter of Mothman mythology. While thousands come from all over the world for the annual Mothman Festival, many locals see the creature as a genuine threat. And that's why they're obsessed with Mothman. And I do mean obsessed. Jeff Walmsley is a researcher who has spent decades gathering evidence about the Mothman phenomenon.
These are probably some of the rarest archives we have in the museum. These are the handwritten police reports of those original 4 witnesses. After they saw this thing, they went immediately to the sheriff's department.
We're trying to wrap our heads around that first incident and how
Right.
it connects to all the other ones, even
Exactly.
in Chicago.
So can you break down the events of that evening for us?
Sure. In November 15th, 1966, you had the 2 young couples. They were just riding around.
They were driving along a road that bordered the southern edge of the West Virginia Ordnance Works, a former TNT plant on the outskirts of town. That's where they encountered what they thought was a man. But as they drove closer, they saw its 10-foot wingspan and glowing red eyes. Suddenly, it took off, flying over the top of the car. Terrified, the driver tried to outrun the creature, but even at 75 miles an hour, he couldn't shake the talons that were clawing at the top of the car.
Once they got to the city limits, it veered off into a field. That was the first official local sighting here. Minutes after they came into town, they were scared enough to go to the police department. They didn't want to, but they did.
Did they sequester them all in different rooms to get
Yes, they
these?
did.
Got it.
I have 3 of those 4 people's original reports right here.
I saw, this big bird-looking thing go over top of my car.
I could see it wasn't a man, that it looked more like a bird. Instead of arms, they were like wings.
I had a huge wingspan on it. It was at least 10 feet.
I was paralyzed.
Really?
I just, and I just thought, well, I'm going to die.
And how long did that activity, as far as the sightings, go on for before the Silver Bridge collapsed?
13 months to the day that original sighting. It's the worst bridge disaster in U.S. history.
Wow.
So I've actually hooked us up with somebody that's going to walk us through all those recent sightings, and we're going to have to go up, really high.
What do you mean high?
Like Mothman high.
No Chicago structure is more iconic than Willis Tower. Once known as the Sears Tower, It is the second tallest building in the Americas, and the place where eyewitnesses have reported seeing Mothman. Jessica and Phil are here to meet author and paranormal investigator
Going up?
Tobias Wayland. Tobias has been gathering data on the Chicago Mothman sightings since he first got wind of a trio of recent reports.
Hey, Tobias.
Sorry, I'm a little late. That's a lot of stairs.
Sure is.
So why did you bring us here?
Well, it wasn't me. The Mothman did.
The Mothman, over 1,000 feet up, chose this location.
Higher, actually. The sighting that supposedly took place right here had the creature at the very top.
Wow.
There's a guy, Guillermo, and he's outside smoking just after 5 p.m. in July of 2017, and he sees something on top of the tower. And as he's standing there, this winged human jumps off of the tower. After that, the sightings just kept coming. And everybody sort of described the same thing, which was a large bat-like creature. We've got probably well over 100 different reports and associated phenomena.
All within this area or just across the board?
Within 200 miles of Lake Michigan.
Well, it's really interesting because Mothman always, at least the reports and stories that I've heard and read, is that it's usually in kind of rural areas. I've never heard of him in the middle of Chicago.
Let me show you a map. They're almost always, centered around
Okay.
green spaces.
I'm
That's a
actually
lot of sightings.
really surprised at how many are in the city, too.
A lot of people probably don't realize that they are surrounded by nature, that there are owls here, there are herons here, there are a lot of big birds. And so when it's dark and they see something flying and they know that Mothman has been sighted here, maybe that's why they're thinking it's Mothman.
There isn't going to be as much physical evidence, and so the criteria I have to use to judge those sightings is the credibility of the witnesses themselves.
All right. That was a lot. That was a long video, but I just decided just to go on with the whole thing.
That was cool. I mean, that just kind of shows you what we were talking about, and a newer aspect. You know, one of our favorites.
Yeah, an up-to-date aspect.
Who we have met.
Yes,
We have met him.
Josh. Josh is a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Josh
Closed
Gates.
Closed a couple bars with him. We should. Say.
Oh, almost rented ski-doos. There was when we were he did. He's like, is there any place to rent some jet skis around here? And we were just like, I bet we can make it happen. It's cold, but you know, like he was like, nah, I'm just joking. I was like,
That was a fun night.
Give me a hell yeah!
Ben, thank you for donating $5, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ben. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Tobias Whalen is a legit person. Yes. I don't know him. I have not heard of him until this point.
No, he's a very legit person. Very, very big up in the Chicago's, up in Michigan area, especially Detroit area. A lot of UFO sightings, a lot of crypto stuff. He does very, very good research.
But yeah, that first video was interesting. I did not find it personally as believable. You're in the modern age, and you should not have a blurry picture of a possible dragon.
No.
Like, dude, if I see a possible dragon,
Has a very, very good camera, and so
Grab your 4K, Kevin.
oh my god! Like, even my cell phone. If I have my cell phone on me, I'm in a vehicle. If I'm seeing that, I'm near a vehicle, and I will drive to closer to wherever the fuck that was.
Well, I mean, it all depends too how high it is, because if you zoom in far enough, it's blurry as shit.
Yes,
that's how
The
far
zoom-
away it is.
totally. Yes, but it looked like they were really far away from a distance on the ground, not necessarily like it was super high up. I don't know though. You know, perception's a bitch when it comes to videos. Um, you know, and you're one of those things you got to be there. You know, kind of thing. So, but yeah, so that's what we have.
Really
If
good tonight, boys.
Yeah, if anyone is interested in some other topics about natural disasters and paranormal instances, um, I highly recommend watching uh, Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, season
Oh
2,
yeah, there's a
episode
lot of them.
6. Well, season 6 specifically talks about the tsunami that hit Japan
Okay.
and all the paranormal stuff that happened. We were thinking about talking about it, but it was such a good coverage on that subject
It'll be
that
its own subject.
no, not even. It was just it's done. I mean, it's that good. Just go fucking watch it. You know, like it was that good. And you know, some things you feel like you can just you know talk about and you know tell some fun facts about, but that might be a watch episode. You know.
Yeah, and then I do want to say next week, guys, it is Christmas.
Yes.
It is Christmas. Enjoy it with your family. We will not be on next weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna want to, stream on Christmas Day or
No,
the day
there'll be
after
no
Christmas,
Christmas
which is
Day.
more important.
Yeah,
because
like
it's my
they say,
birthday.
like right 9 in the morning. That'd be perfect on Christmas Day. Opening presents.
I'm gonna stream opening my presents
No.
with you all.
See, James Cole. Come on, James. Let's go.
I'll get Cole.
I might just pop on and do some fun stuff. Because I have the next 2 weeks off until till the 4th. So
Yeah, so-
I might just
I'll
hop
probably
on.
Pop on.
You know, but it's not going to be set schedule. If
No,
we
not
do
for the next
something,
weekend.
it'll just be us hopping on and chit chatting with y'all. And we're not going to necessarily have a topic. We might just tell some fun stories, or we might play a video game.
We might just be on our phone. We might just be impromptu.
We can talk about Krampus.
Krampus is something, but I personally am not going to talk about it on Christmas Eve, Christmas, or my birthday. So
Yeah, his birthday's the day after.
Boo. Hey, good.
that's
At least you
just-
have it the day after.
it's just as sacred as Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
Tell people that, please.
So, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if we don't see you all. And stay safe. You know, if you are feeling
Back
ill,
right after the first of the year.
do your own thing. I set my parents up with a whole online streaming thing. Obviously, I know how to do that. I'm the one that sets it up for our team. So, I'm that guy. Let's see here. When do we get to hear? Oh, Trevor has a question for you, Josh.
Oh man. That's like a whole episode.
That sounds like a good one to do over the holidays, Trevor. I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe. Stay tuned. Dun, dun, dun.
We might just sit down and sit by the fire with Josh.
Yuletide Carol.
It feels like it happened yesterday still, but
Oh,
I
it's
remember-
fresh.
I remember-
I heard it's fresh in your mind.
I remember when it was fresh, and you were telling me.
Yeah.
I remember
Like fresh.
So we used to have another podcast we used to do that Josh did talk about it. I know you're a little uncomfortable talking about some of it, so you know it's all up to what you want to do.
It's
dude.
whenever Josh is comfortable with telling the story, we will roll with that story.
in due time. But I'll tell it.
Cameron, I can't sleep. Let's hear the story.
I can't wait.
I am
It's been a
done
while.
tonight, guys. I
It's
can't
been a
keep
while it happened. I gave you a little opener of what happened with the door shutting.
a little teaser, just the
Yeah.
teaser.
Just the
That's
tip.
where it all-
Yeah, I didn't
Just
wanna
the
say
tip.
it.
Just
I
the
tell you,
tip.
people actually died in this as well. So
Yeah, so it's not just a story to tell. Like you
yeah,
gotta
he
put-
was really, really
Oh,
good
that's
at
right. God, it's been so long since I heard the story. I forgot about that part.
So there's a little teaser. There is actually yes, and it is a very hard story for Josh to tell.
And I know you want to probably talk to the people before you say anything about it, possibly
I'll talk to them. I usually
Out-
change the name. So
out of respect. So, you know, with those things, we do want to meet those standards and everything. And if they don't want to hear it and they don't want anyone else to hear it, we have to honor those wishes. So, that being in mind, you know, we'll come up with some other things. Oh, what about that? Hang on. let me do something. Just give me like a minute, guys. No. You'll we talked about this, James. You'll like it. Um, no, so there is an award, paranormal awards thing going on, which we're super excited that they're doing it. This, someone is doing these events.
Everybody, stop what you're doing and listen to this. This is actually very important.
Yeah, I love how he's like, fuck it, I'll stay on for 5 more minutes. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Kevin, we can win an award.
Dunder Mifflin, or what's it? Dundee's. Let's do the Dundee Awards.
The Dundee Awards. I can't find it.
Kevin.
I know, right?
He had one job.
December 17th.
One job.
What's today's date?
Today is the 19th.
19.
It'd still be there.
You sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent you a link to like their page, not necessarily. Let's see here. Oh, I think I found it. Okay.
He found it. Yeah, he found it. There we go.
So let me post this in chat.
Guys, you're gonna go there. You're gonna nominate us for something.
So this page here, if it loads, make sure it goes there. Yes, this is a paranormal group page. I know I can see it. I don't know if everyone else can see it, but it is a paranormal awards page where they talk about nominating your favorites. Best male investigator, best female investigator, best team, best psychic and psychic medium, best TV personality, best contributor, best TV series, blogger, podcast, Facebook page, Facebook public page, YouTube channel, Twitter, a documentary, book, so on, event. Yeah, so many things. I didn't realize how long it was going to be. Ambassador of America. Don't vote for James on that.
What could go wrong?
Oh.
James for president. Next
Fucking James is gonna win it now after I just dropped that bomb. Oh, we're voting for him. But you can, if you don't see that link, let me post the uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry for the feedback, guys.
Oh.
There we go. That is the email address that's sent by me. That's me, Kevin Steiner. That so it's not under WPRS, but that is the web address that you can send your nominations to. If you find a better podcast or a better team or anything, vote for them. I don't care. We're not asking you to vote for us. We ask for participation. So, and yeah, spread the good word. If you're part of a paranormal group, share it on your page. What?
Nothing.
You got quiet. I don't know why you're quiet.
Keep talking.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, spread the word. I don't know when they actually, how long the event goes for. I would say for a few more weeks at least. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna try to run a YouTube series, have that edited down, and we'll post it to Facebook as well when we're done with that series, or episode by episode, depending on how it goes. But yeah, I think that's what we got for tonight for you all.
Sounds good to me, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you all tuning in.
Happy Hanukkah, everything. Happy New Year. Let's hope for a better 2021 off to the right foot. Maybe alien action and stuff like that. But tune in. Stay tuned. We'll be popping and doing little things. We love
Hey, Josh, answer Cameron. Do you see it?
Yeah. So, what is the most common object that you find things attached to? Honestly, I haven't seen a common object. I think they're all different.
Personable objects, really.
Yeah, personal.
Have meaning to the person when they pass.
Yeah, either past or whatever they're using it for.
Yeah.
So personable. I think that's the most common thing.
Them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be anything. It could be a spoon. It could be a doll. It could be a train.
And it doesn't have to be someone that's passed. It can also be by, like, I'm channeling. So I'm using this object that's personal to me to channel this. So, yes. And James, happy birthday. I don't know if I'll see you. I know I won't see you, but I'm sure I'll talk to you. But on stream, happy birthday, dude. Another year older.
You're younger.
Year older. How old? How old?
A year closer to death, James.
Jesus. I mean, nail on the head, I guess. But what? 33?
30 something.
30 something.
33, I think. Yeah, 33. I'm old.
Yeah, we'll go with 33. I'm.
Oh no! Don't set a calendar. What is my computer doing? No, don't listen. Don't listen to the calendar. But yeah, I'll be 33.
Send me some pics, Cam.
But all right, guys, we'll take it easy. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a good night.
You too.